10 years ago, I did someone a small favor. I didn't break the law. I didn't hurt anyone. I didn't even think about it twice. But that favor destroyed 3 lives. And one of them was mine. I've never told this story out loud before. 10 years ago, I worked night shifts at a private parking garage in a quiet part of the city. It was the kind of job where nothing ever happened. Same cars, same faces, same silence. And that's important. Because I was the kind of person who never asked questions. Most nights, I sat in a glass booth, drank cheap coffee, and watched security cameras. People came. People left. Nobody asked questions. And that's important. Because I was the kind of person who never asked questions. One night, a man I recognized pulled in. His name was Ethan. He wasn't a stranger. He parked there almost every night. Late 30s, clean clothes, wedding ring. Polite, quiet. Always tipped a little extra. The kind of man you trust without realizing you're doing it. That night, he didn't get out of the car right away. He just sat there. Engine running, hands shaking on the steering wheel. Then he looked straight at me through the booth window. And I knew something was wrong. He finally stepped out and walked over. He didn't smile. He leaned in close and said quietly, "I need a favor, just tonight." I should have said no. I should have asked what kind of favor. Instead, I said, "What do you need?" He swallowed hard. "If anyone asks, tell them my car was here all night." That was it. No explanation, no drama, just one sentence. I remember thinking, that's harmless. People forget things. Cameras glitch. Mistakes happen. I nodded. Okay. He thanked me, got back in his car, and drove away. I didn't feel guilty. Why would I? I didn't know what he'd done. I didn't know where he was going. I told myself, it's none of my business. It doesn't matter. I'm just doing my job. That night passed like any other. Or so I thought. 2 days later, police showed up at the garage. Not aggressive, not dramatic. Calm. Professional. They asked about Ethan's car. I felt my stomach drop. One of them said, "There was an incident Tuesday night. We're just verifying timelines." This was my chance. I could have said, "I don't remember. I'm not sure." Instead, I heard myself say, "His car was here all night." They nodded, wrote it down, and left. I remember watching them walk away thinking, good, it's done. I didn't know I had just locked 3 people into a nightmare. Before you judge me, remember, this was just the beginning. What happened next is why this confession still haunts me. A week later, I saw the news. A woman had gone missing that same night. Last seen near Ethan's workplace. Her husband was devastated. Her sister was on TV, begging for answers. And Ethan? Ethan had an alibi. Mine. Without my statement, things would have looked suspicious. With it, they moved on. I told myself, maybe he's innocent. I needed to believe that. Months passed. Then I learned the truth the worst possible way. Ethan came back to the garage one night. He looked different, thinner, hollow. He handed me an envelope. Inside was cash and a note. It said, "I'm sorry you had to be part of this." That's when I knew. Not suspected, not guessed, knew. The woman was never found. Her family never got answers. And Ethan? He moved away. Started a new life. With my help. You might think the worst part is what happened to her, or her family. But here's the part nobody talks about. I live with it. Every time I hear a missing person story, every time someone says, someone out there knows something, they're talking about me. I didn't pull a trigger. I didn't commit a crime. I just told the truth. The way someone else needed it told, and that ruined 3 lives. I still work nights. Different place, different booth. Sometimes a car sits too long. Sometimes someone asks for a favor. And every time I think the same thing. One small decision is all it takes to destroy everything. If you're listening to this, ask yourself, would you have done the same? If this confession made you uncomfortable, there are more stories like this. Real people, real decisions, real consequences. Subscribe if you want to hear the next one, because the next confession is worse.